Today, I'm at a really old village on 2B2T. Well, it's old for the server, but not in real life. The village I'm in right now was generated between 14 November of 2012 and 12 March of 2013, Minecraft versions 1.4.4 to 1.4.7. You're probably saying to yourself, Baron, how the hell could you know the age of some random village on 2B2T? It's actually quite easy if you look for the clues. 2B2T has seen pretty much every version of Minecraft, from beta 1.2 all the way up to version 1.12.2. And through all these updates to the game, things have gotten changed. Some are big changes, while some are completely unnoticeable unless you are looking for them. First, let's take a look at the village from afar. If you've been playing newer versions of Minecraft, you'll notice that the village is not biome specific like in versions 1.14 or higher. It's just a plain village. Plus also, 2B2T is on version 1.12.2, so that point is kind of moot, so let's move on. Okay, let's take a look at this village path. Yes, even the path can give you information about the village age. I'm standing on a gravel path. If it was a grass path, I would have known that it's at least version 1.10, since that's when grass paths replaced gravel paths. You see here? It's a dirt block. If it had been cobblestone, I would have known it's at least version 1.8, since that's when cobblestone was added to pathways underneath the gravel. Okay, now let's take a look at the crops. You can see that there's both potatoes and wheat has been planted here. Now this could be an issue if you don't know if a player had previously came through and planted some other crops. But if not, this is at least version 1.4.2, because that's when carrots and potatoes were added to farms instead of just wheat. Now let's go interact with some villagers. If a player came through and interacted with them years ago, they may still have their pre-1.8 villager tags instead of their profession tags like a farmer or cleric. However, a villager will only have that specific tag if a player first interacts with them. Unfortunately, they all have professions instead of the plain villager tag, so these villagers will not be able to help us determine the age of this village. Okay, let's actually go look underground. Maybe there's something under there that could actually determine the version of this village. So since it's easier for me to tell you, instead of actually trying to hunt for these blocks, I'm just going to let you know that I've already checked, and then there's no andesite, diorite, or granite blocks underground. Because if there were andesite, diorite, or granite, we would know we're at least version 1.8. So we know from that fact alone, we are pre-1.8. So directly underneath the village is a mine shaft. And this is good because it can give us further information about the version of the village that's directly above it. So within the mine shaft, there's actually several chests that are just sitting on the ground like this, and they all have the loot from a mine shaft. So this tells me that this was generated in version 1.5, since after that is when minecarts with chests replaced just the chests on the ground. So far, we've been able to narrow the versions of this village from at least version of 1.4.2 based on the available crops in the farms, to version 1.5 based off the chests in the mine shaft. Let's see if there's any other clues that could help us pinpoint the Minecraft version of this village even more. I wonder... Oh! Yeah, maybe it's perhaps the floating torches around the village lamppost. This is a bug where torches spawn naturally in a map for lampposts in the villages that are placed on air blocks instead of the wool blocks. All other naturally spawned torches appear fine, and this bug also appeared in both flat world and normal world maps during these versions. This bug alone only happened between versions of 1.4.4 and 1.4.7. Hence, this village generated sometime 7 years ago only within a 4-month period. I suppose I could have just started with the floating torches, but you never would have learned anything about the varying differences in 2B2T villages. 2B2T is a unique map, not just for its player builds, but the map itself and how it's been affected by 20 major Minecraft version updates, along with several minor versions. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you want to hear more from me again, be sure to click that subscribe button before you go. Because, I noticed that over 80% of you that watch my videos are not subscribed. So, what's that about? Why aren't you subscribed? Seriously, I'm waiting. No one leaves this video until somebody subscribes. Awesome, thank you. Okay, now we can end this video. If you have any questions, leave them below. As always, I'm Baron Dome, and I'll catch y'all later. See ya.